During the before times, I went to the National Cathedral in Washington on Christmas Eve for lessons and carols to sing my favorite Christmas hymns. We started off with Adeste Fidelis, moved on to Angels We Have Heard on High, and then Joy to the World. My voice was in full, deep-throated glory. But when we got to Silent Night, I got all choked up before we even finished the first stanza. I looked around the giant cathedral, packed with a few thousand people. The lights had already been dimmed all the way down, and everyone was holding the candles we had just lit by the flame of the candle held by the person to our right. And it was in the flickering orange glow of that pool of candlelit light that each of us was baptized anew, and everything became pure again. And the best of our innocence and childhoods appeared as goosebumps and chills on our flesh. It was all I could do to keep it together and continue to sing, missing phrases here and there, my throat clogged by emotion. The lady to my left, like so many others, had the same difficulty. I turned to look at her, and she turned to meet my teary eyes with her own, and then we smiled, swallowed hard, and soldiered on through Silent Night. I thought of my childhood and listening to Mommy's favorite Christmas album of the Regensburger Domspaten Boys Choir singing Stille Nacht, Heilige Nacht, and the way she made Christmas so special in our house with the tradition she brought from Germany. And when I was a little colored boy in the 4th grade up in the choir loft of our Catholic church singing Silent Night and could grasp the baby Jesus in my own voice, no longer troubled by the world, which made me less of a human being because it classified me as a Negro since Daddy was Black. I became sanctified singing Silent Night. I floated to heaven and was closer to it up there in a choir loft wearing the red satin choir robe with the wide sleeves that felt like angel wings. I and the baby Jesus became one up there. And when I descended the lofty stairs with my choir mates and entered the nave of the church in single file procession for communion during Solemn High Midnight Mass and Christmas Eve for the first time, I was no longer an outcast. I was a chosen one. And I met the moment in love with the moment and myself, forgetting about the girls at Catholic school who wouldn't hold hands with me because I was a Negro, forgetting about my empty box on Valentine's Day and all the other rejections. And as the throng at the Washington Cathedral cried or choked up, it felt like we all belonged together, sharing the grief of the loss of it all and then regaining that sweetness as we sang Silent Night, or tried to, remembering what it was like to be adored, celebrating our birth and adoring ourselves like the baby Jesus, an adorable, sweet surrogate, reflecting that adoration back to us from his little crib in the manger in moments just like this. That, my friends, is the Christmas spirit. The love, the peace, the oneness flooding our souls and reminding us together of who we really are.